What is going on YouTube? It is about Zab. Welcome back to another YouTube video. I wanted to share with you guys my Netflix, Microsoft, and Google trades today, what the thought process was, and what were my technicals and how I executed them. It is a break and retest strategy that I was using. I chart on the 4-hour chart and I execute my trades on the 2 minutes. Okay, I do not trade before 9:32. I wait in my sweet time. The new thing I tried out today was I traded on the price ladder, and I will show you guys on Weibo that how you can use the price ladder to your advantage, and it works a lot of times. Sometimes it doesn't work, and we're gonna make some tweaks when it comes to that. So just let's jump in the video and share with you guys what my thought process was and how I took those trades. So first things first, I'm gonna drag my Weibo right here, so you can see Netflix, Microsoft, and Google. I made $79 on Netflix. Microsoft I made about $49, and Google I made about $4. Now Google would have been a lot better trade. I just didn't get out in time, and I was able to what I call the Google as a break-even trade. Okay, so I made about 2.7% on the day. All right, so let's jump right into it. Let's go ahead on Netflix trade. Let's go on the Netflix trade. Netflix is right here. Let's maximize this guy, and we're gonna go on the 4-hour chart to see where these zones are coming from. So my Netflix zone came from the 623.96 area, or maybe the 630 area, and I was hoping that these two rejection points would turn into a support, and we will look for more on the upside. But what happened today was it finally broke it yesterday. It kind of supported it, but it broke it on the downside all over again. So it didn't hold that level. The resistance did not turn into a support, and I was hoping that it would. Right? So we go to the 2-minute chart. We go to the 2-minute chart. And I wanted to share with you guys what I played on Netflix. When the price came back down to this zone right here, right? When the price came back down to this zone, I went into calls, right? And I knew what the price would be because I looked at the options chart, and I kind of had an idea because of this area. I was like, you know what? This is pretty close to my line. If the price ever comes back down to this range, I'm going to go into calls and hopefully look for a little bit of upside. And that's what happened. I went to the calls. I saw this candle. It was a nice 10-15%, I want to say, and it worked out really well for me. So that was Netflix. Microsoft, very similar thing. Where's Microsoft? Right here. Let's make this large. Okay. Microsoft, the reason why I don't trade before 9:32 is because this is what you get. It came right back down, it crushed this zone, and then it bounced right back up. Right, so in Microsoft, you want to be able to understand what your position is going to be and how you would want to proceed with Microsoft. So this was the zone that I want to playing the bounce off of, right? These two candles gave me a price point of the options chart as to which price to take, and when it finally came back down here on the ladder, like for instance, let's bring this here. Like for instance, say, this 158 is the price. This is the options chart. That 158 right now is the current price. But this is where you put your, you can say, you know what? If this comes down to 150, I want to go into calls, and then I want to get out when it reaches 158, right? So that's something that you can do on the price ladder. Put this on the side. That's kind of what I did on the price ladder. I saw, when it comes back down to 428 area, I'm going to go into calls, and then I'm going to hold it until I see my 10, 15, 20%. And that's what happened on Microsoft. Again, this range, this zone came from the rejection of here. So it wasn't a great zone, but I was looking for an all-time high break and retest and more on the upside. So that's why I wanted to take this trade. Microsoft is very bullish. It's going to continue to move up in the upcoming days. At least that's what I think. But this is what this candle shows me on the 4-hour chart. So that's something to keep in mind. The last trade I wanted to look at is Google. And Google was my high priority trade. I only made about $4 on Google today, but I didn't secure my profits, and that's why it was a break-even day for me. So let's take a look at what happened on Google. Let's auto zoom and let's talk about what the zones were. Okay, finally, this is the zone that I was playing on. You see multiple rejection over here, and then one rejection over here, and then finally a break of this, a close above this zone. So I was thinking, because there's a close above this zone, I see this plus candle. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna probably continue on the upside, at least till 152 area, but it didn't happen. Okay, it didn't happen. I look at the 2-minute chart today. You can see that it, on market open, you see this long wick 150.37 it went up to, right? And but when it came back down to this level, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go in Google calls and I want to see it, push up a little bit, continuation. But every time it pushed up, sorry. Every time it pushed up, it came right back down, right? So that's something that I was a little bit concerned about, and I had to cut Google short. Now, had I gone in at 9:30, I would have been able to make a lot of good money, right? So if I had a 10-15% take profit in place, I would be able to execute it really well. And that was my day. I did a lot of break and retests. I tried. 2 of them worked out. 1 of them was a break even, but I still made my 2% on the day, and it worked out really nicely. Okay. Let me talk to you guys about one of the cool things I noticed in my Thinkorswim, which is a price ladder. Some of you are probably familiar with it. Some of you are not. So the price ladder is basically you can decide where do you want to place your trades. So in the morning, this is the chart, right? This is the chart at 9:30 in the morning. This is Weibo, okay? This is the Weibo chart, okay? At 9:30 in the morning, you see this huge candle, okay? You see this huge candle at 795. The price started with 559 and it went all the way up to 795, and then you see a rejection, So what you could have done, right? When I'm looking at this, I'm like, you know what? If when the price comes back down to this 558, I want to go into calls and I want to hold it, because it was a good zone. It break and retested it, and if I put my buy here, yes, I would see a little bit of a down, from 559 it's going to go down to 515, and then you see back up to 634, and that's where you would potentially get out. But you can see this is continuously rejecting it. So this is how you can plan your trades onto your options chart, and by doing this you can plan this kind of like exactly like here. So I would place a buy limit order or buy stop order. When it comes back down to here, just fill it in. I can tell them that I want, let's make this a little bit bigger, I want 2 contracts, give me a stop loss price and a take profit price, right? And when it comes down to here, fill me in and then just get me out, and whatever the 20% is. Okay, and then you can adjust that according to what you want. So that's a neat little trick I tried out today. It worked out really well for me. You plan your trades in the future, and you're able to make a little bit of money this way. That's all I have for you guys today. Have a great day. Have a great week. I will see you guys in the next one. Until next time, bye bye.